Now, Chef, we got a lot of emails from people wanting to know when we did the duxelle episode how to make that amazing mushroom en croûte. And I understand that's what we're doing right now.
That is what we're going to do. It's actually really simple. You shouldn't have a problem doing this. This whole presentation is relatively easy. So,
as is everything you've done so far. This is an amazing show.
first thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our portobellos, because the portobellos are going to take, you got the nice portobellos here.
Beautiful.
These are going to take about a good hour, hour and a half in a low oven, about 300 degrees, about an hour to hour and a half. So what we're going to do is we're going to prepare these first. All right, I'll take one, Trig, you take one. Actually, go ahead and clean it onto that plate. If you could, hand me a plate.
It's just massive. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, it looks big now, but if you look, these are a couple of the ones that are already done.
That's what it reduces
That's
to.
what it cooks down to.
From
so
that
there's
to
your
that.
difference.
Wow.
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to pop the stem.
Okay, and I got a little bit of dirt and I'm sure other stuff from the farm here.
They call these the fins because they look like little fins. Grab your spoon. What you're going to do is you're going to clean the fins off. And if you just take your spoon, kind of find which way the fins are going, you can take your spoon and the fins will come right out for you.
They really do. They pop right out. Like it wants to be cooked.
Just basically get the most of the fin out of there. So where I'm at, it looks really good. Let's see where you're at, Trig. Yep, you're pretty good there too. Trig, if you could hand me that 2-inch pan there. You can cook these in, if you have a 9x13 baking pan, something like that, work perfect for this. Thank you, Trig. Look at that. He learned from one of our previous episodes, clean as you go. That's
when
very
the sous
nice.
chef is in, you learn.
Here we have just plain water, balsamic vinegar, garlic cloves. The feta cheese is going to be with the mushroom duxelle, and we also have a little bit of shallot. I'm going to go ahead and chop this shallot up. Trig, if you would please mix the balsamic and the water together while I get a knife and cut my...
Mixing. The art is in the mixing, proper aeration.
With these shallots, you don't really have to go crazy with them. The shallots are just a nice rough chop. So I'm just gonna cut my shallot in half, cut it in half one more time, and we're just gonna cut down through. Okay, we have our shallot. Now with these shallots, we're just gonna kind of pick them up. Trig, if you bring that back into the center here. What you wanna do is maybe a little shallot into the center of the mushroom, and then some on the outside. All these flavors are going to end up infusing into this mushroom. It's a beautiful thing. Trig, if you would, pour the balsamic in the water, pour some in, and then all the rest around it.
See, we're starting to think alike.
Yep.
Is that scary to you?
Actually, that really is scary. Cover them with foil, put it into your 300-degree oven, cook it for about an hour. Maybe an hour and 20 minutes. What you want to do is check it in an hour, see if it's fork tender. If you look at this, as I poke at this, it's almost like fork tender. I can take the knife and it just goes in nice and easy. Just cuts into it. Like they say, fork tender. We're going to take our mushroom duxelle.
Which is featured in an earlier episode, so make sure you go back through the Savage Kitchen, look for mushroom duxelle.
And this is feta cheese. Buy it in just about every grocery store. Nice little bit of feta cheese.
Because feta makes it better.
Okay, what I want you to do, mix that together. And then while he's mixing that together, you can see we have some spinach here. On the stove over here, I've got a little double boiler going. What we want to do is steam this. You want to pre-cook the spinach, because if you just put the spinach on this, it's going to burn. So what we need to do is get a little moisture in this, cook the moisture out, and just steam it down. So easily layer the spinach in there. Now I'm going to put it back on the stove to get that steam coming back out of it.
Is that mixed, Chef?
That's beautiful. That looks, you did very well. That, don't.
Oh, it is beautiful.
That is not beautiful.
What to do with my delicious fingers covered in duxelle? I don't know.
What I'm doing is putting a simple little cover on this to help steam that spinach. Go wash your hands. Children. So over
Sorry,
here,
Chef.
like I said, we've got our mushrooms. I'm gonna take one mushroom, put it on Trig's board, put one on my board. We can get rid of our plates. Any day.
Still washing. I have to use soap. You want me to go sucking on my fingers and come back and cook? Is that what you want? That was.
Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna ball up a little bit of our mushroom duxelle. There's some for you. We're gonna take our mushroom,
Like that?
like that. What we wanna do is just cap, put a nice little cap in the bottom. Form it so it actually almost creates a nice little puck. Looking at a puck. There you go, look at that. He follows directions these days, somewhat.
Yeah, I owe that
Okay.
to my wife.
So we come over to our spinach. Ah, look at that. So that's ready to go.
Wow, that was easy. I mean, that was
Yeah.
a minute, 2 minutes.
Just 2 minutes or so. Done, ready to go. I am going to prepare the puff pastry. The puff pastry you can find in grocery stores. It's not really hard to find. Find it in your frozen section next to your pie sheets, phyllo dough. So we'll just take it and you run it out. Come to the next one, run it out. Just keep repeating. And you don't have to be absolutely tight. Like you can see, I got a little bit of a gap there. That's okay. It actually creates a little character to this. So it's not absolutely perfect. So there we have.
Treating the artist's mistake as art. I know that.
Okay. So we're gonna cut this. Cut it down the middle. It's almost actually a little too soft. You don't want it too soft. So we're gonna actually work a little faster with this. Cut it into 6. You've got your wilted spinach. Pick up a piece. Just slowly go around and cover the mushroom.
Oh, it's almost like you're doing paper mache.
Yeah, kinda. You know, brings you back to when you were a kid playing around.
Or this weekend.
No, maybe for you, Trig.
I got kids.
Well, that's true. Okay, I thought it was you doing it for your
No,
own
it wasn't.
pleasure.
They didn't want to do it. It just ended up being me. But
And I'm ready to go. My mushroom is ready for the puff pastry.
and you don't need to be exact with your spinach because it adds character.
You got to be very gentle with this. What you want to try to do is spread these open to keep them even. If you can see, I'm slowly spreading them open. If they're not completely, like right on this end here, it isn't quite open, you can take your knife, get in there, just put a little slit to help open that up. So I'll get back in there. Now that I've got it set up, and see it's with the little bit of erratic part, or a little thicker part in that center, I'm gonna let that run right down the center of my mushroom. Just lay it on, pick the mushroom up, fold your edges under, and there you go. You've got a beautiful mushroom on croûte.
Wow. Okay.
Very nice, Trig.
Huh?
And then once again, like I said, we have your mushroom on croûte.
It's not
Compared-
croûte. I always say
Croûte.
croûte.
Pretty good. Not bad, Trig.
I think the viewing public should vote on who made a better mushroom on croûte.
Oh yeah! Who did that? This guy.
So seriously, folks at home, if you haven't picked up on a common theme, it's that if I can do this, you can do this. So definitely try this recipe at home. It tastes amazing. And if you want to taste chef for yourself, this weekend only, this appetizer, mushroom en croûte stuffed with duxelle wrapped with spinach, will be 15% off if you utter the secret phrase, I can do this too. That is, I can do this too. So try it at home and give us feedback on what you think of chef's recipes.